Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
I was in my 30s before I really started appreciating like pop artists, and I'll tell you why. I heard an interview with Lady Gaga, in the interview she had like this big grand piano, and like it was her talking to the interviewer, and then they would talk for a few minutes, and then she would play a song. And then the first time I heard her play some of her songs with just her and the piano, I was overwhelmed. I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. Like, this chick can sing. Her songwriting ability is crazy good. And then next thing you know, I'm a fucking Lady Gaga fan. I'm at home pulling up YouTube videos, like, singing along. And it just, like, when I hear it on that level, when you can actually hear what they're saying, it's really, a lot of it's not so bad.
Without all that extra stuff, like the sparkles and stuff,
Well, she did that to break through, just that shock value, just like Kiss and everybody else. It's that shock value to break it through, and then it was like, oh, there's actually a talented artist behind the meat suit and the space suit.
Yeah. You get to see how, like, what the reason they're doing it for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what they can do.
But whoever marketed her like that was
I like
that was genius.
They just try to make it digestible for every single listener possible, and you can tell it's pretty
that's
digestible.
what I mean by dumbing it down. Like play into the lowest common denominator. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but that's how you make money,
For sure.
That's the business, so to speak. That's why we can do shows with 20 fucking people, and then they're selling out arenas. Because I don't know. I think most people, when it I'm probably wrong on the numbers, but it's somewhere around 15% of people are the creative brain, like the visionary brain. I'm sorry, not creative, but the visionary brain. And the visionary brain, like if you go back to like the Myers-Briggs, personality types, there's like 16 basic personality types. And one of the smallest percentage types is the visionary, and those are the people that just don't see life inside the box. Like the vast majority of people fall into these categories, for lack of a better term, like worker bees, right? People that 9 to 5, they have the people that are into lifestyle brands and shit like that. The people that are just nonstop scrolling TikTok on dates.
Going through the motions.
Yeah, just going through the motions. And I don't want to shit on those people because you live life however the fuck you want. I don't care, as long as you're happy.
Yeah.
Right? But there's such a small percentage of the population loves and appreciates art and creativity and the things that we do. Most people don't want their art to be complicated. They want to put something on that they can do their Pilates to, something that they can do their yoga to, something that don't have to think about. Whereas the rest of us the small percentage of us, we want something that's meaningful out of it because we know what goes into creating, right?
Exactly.
So it's like there's like a disconnect between the general population and artists because they're not going to appreciate. They're worried about where they're going to go on vacation in a couple months. They're worried about their 2.5 kids and their mortgage, and like they just don't give a fuck about what goes into art the way that we do.
Just making sure.
And that's that's the most frustrating thing about doing what I do and what we do is like coming to terms with like just accepting that we're going to sell out the tribute shows and all the original shows. We're going to have half a room full, if that, just fucking deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Speaking of half empty rooms, let's talk about the birthday show on a Tuesday night.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I've already got quite a few people confirmed for that. I got some people coming out of town. May 14th is my birthday. We're also going to be releasing our EP on that day, so it's going to be a big day for Nosey. As far as that goes, we got some really solid bands, but we got us, Nosey Neighbor, of course, Momophobia, Once Below Joy. If you guys haven't seen them yet.
They've been here, yeah.
Wow, they're
great.
Great.
All those bands have been here before. Once Below Joy finally played here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Again on a Tuesday night.
On Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Homophobia's been here once or twice, and Alpha Strain, we love those guys.
Oh yeah.
So we're celebrating Chris's birthday. Let's introduce everybody to the audience. Look at this camera right here. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yo, I'm Brent. I'm the drummer for Nosey Neighbor.
I'm Devin. I am the bass player for Nosey Neighbor.
My name's Christian. I'm the lead singer of Nosey Neighbor.
My name is Blake, guitar/vocals for Nosey Neighbor.
Thanks so much for coming in today, guys. I appreciate it. I've really been looking forward to talking to you guys. I've talked before about with Blake how you guys, when you started this band, you were looking for, this is what, a year ago maybe now?
Yeah,
almost?
it was. Yeah, a little bit before last March.
So I had gotten an email from Blake, and he's like, I've got this band Nosey Neighbor, and there wasn't much content out there for me to see, so I wasn't sure or anything. So I kind of, when I get stuff like that, I want to support younger bands, newer bands. So I kind of keep them in the inbox, let them hang out for a minute, and then Blake just kept messaging.
Yeah.
And,
okay, so you were the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, Blake kept messaging me, and I finally found like a spot to put you guys. I can't remember what the show was, but I was like, well, hey, I've got this spot here. Will you come play this show? And Blake's like, yes. And then since then, Blake's been like, any opportunity, you guys jump on it. And then not only here, but you're playing everywhere else in town that you can. And what made me interested more than anything was your drive, your determination to like get and be a part of the scene and hang out and watch the rest of the bands of the show and like be a part of the scene. And I'm always going to show favor to artists that are like that just support the scene in general and that putting in the work. So it's kind of been fun to watch you guys grow a little bit. I mean, you've had Christian, you came on 6 months ago?
October, right? October.
Yeah, it was like
six,
October.
6-7 months ago.
6
Yeah.
months ago.
Me and him came on at the same time. Or our first time, wasn't it? Or first practice together was me and you together whenever we first met the guys. Like, hey, here's a new bass player and singer. So that was kind of a throwing it all for a loop.
Yeah, they had me drive down this really sketchy back road down in South Carolina. Like, I turn on this road, and I'm like, got all my gear, and I'm like, I'm about to turn around. These guys are about to take my gear. Like, I pull up, and I saw them. I'm like, okay, they're cool.
How do you think I felt? I was in the car with him and Nick, and they started driving down this back road. I'm like, okay, here I'm with two guys that I've just met, and we're going down a back road in a place in South Carolina I don't know. Is this about to be like another Hills Have Eyes situation here?
Yeah. Hey, you grab them when you can. You find them, you're like,
Okay,
oh.
yeah, that didn't sound creepy at all.
No, like, hey, you play? All right, well, let's get it. So,
No, I understood that.
So with the lineup changes, was it more just looking for people that are taking it more seriously? Was it just a better fit for the band, the sound? Like, talk a little bit about that.
all right, well, I'm a very pushy guy, obviously.
Clearly.
So, like, I guess, I'm very, like, driven. Like, I'm trying to get it done. Like, I'm trying to book shows and practice and elevate, and sometimes you see people like they really want to do it, but they just want to do it when they want to do it.
Yeah.
And they don't really want to put the work in. They just want the name. So, yeah, basically you have to drop the dead weight, and you can't like stop. I just kept pushing and kept going, trying to find people, trying to teach them the music, and that's basically it. Like, these two guys are really, like, I appreciate these guys, and
Thank you.
Oh.
yeah, dude, came in
Appreciate you
and
too,
killed
Blake.
it, and now we're like switching around, even like searching for like a lead guitar player as well. So right now we're killing it as a 4-piece, but it's all good, We're having a lot of fun. We're gonna keep killing it.
It's been fun to watch you grow. Like, from your first set to your last set, you've gotten tighter. The energy is higher on stage, especially with Christian. Like, you bring an element of you bring like an entertainment element that wasn't there the first time that we saw you guys. So I love it. I love young bands that are doing it right. It's really fun to see. Talk a little bit about stepping in and writing songs. Like, did you know these guys at all before getting into the band?
No, so like you said about Blake being like determined and persistent. So I was in another band at the time. I was actually in another project too. It just never happened with that. Anything happened with that. But I was in a band called The Silencing Machine, and we had just booked our first show. And like he was like in my inbox nonstop. I'm like, man, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And he brought me in, and like he had like I think about 4 or 5 songs already written, and like when we got them, I was like, these are good, but we can do a lot more. So what I did was I took the same chord structure, just restructured everything a little bit, kind of add some breaks here, turned this chorus into more of a verse, and then added like lyrics. And I think I wrote every one of the songs we play right now within 30 days, like all 5 songs. I wrote all lyrics in 30
Nice.
days.
Who was pushing though?
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's such a good story, man. And like I said, the music again sounded better the second time it did the first time. I should
For sure.
I should mention, not only do we have your birthday show on the 14th, but you're also going to be here on the 30th.
100%.
So you've got 2 opportunities in May to see Nosey Neighbor. Tuesday the 14th is Christian's birthday party. So come party on a Tuesday night, because why the fuck not? And then come back on the 30th, which is a Thursday, with we've got Digital Dolls. Shout out to Digital Dolls. We love those guys. I'm glad you
Played
guys.
with them
Digital
last
Dolls.
night.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys have started doing shows with them. They are just like you guys when it comes to the scene.
We just
Super-
did our 3rd show with them yesterday.
Yeah.
Our 3rd show.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. They're fun to listen to. They were on the show here a few weeks ago, and I was working, and like they covered a Queens of the Stone Age song, and I was like, oh, nice. You got Lamps Required, who will be here for the first time on the 30th. I don't even know who those guys are.
Did you say lamps?
Lamps Required,
Okay.
and of course Leaving Echoes, who are good friends of the Rooster too. So 2 opportunities: the 14th and the 30th. So get your ass out here and see Nosey Neighbor.
Yes, sir.
The show on the 30th, how'd that come together? Because I don't even remember.
You tell me, Blake.
Oh,
'cause
okay,
I
yeah.
booked that
Scott
one.
Robbins.
Leaving Echoes.
He hit us up on Instagram, and he said that he felt it would be a great fit for that show. And he was like, Digital Dolls is on, so we were like, yeah, those are our guys. They're pretty cool. So we were like, yeah, let's kill it 2 times in a month.
Are you being well received by the other venues around town? Like, because I've seen you pop up on lineups a couple times at the Milestone and here and there. Are you getting the same kind of love from the other spots as you are here?
Yeah, for the most part. Like, I mean, we've played Milestone so far. We used to play the Rabbit Hole. That was pretty good. We're getting a pretty good traction as far as that. There's still some places we like to play, but we're getting really good reception. We actually just played a show at the Milestone with the Tesla Throne and Mafia not too long ago, and
those bands are
was
heavy.
huge. I love
Yeah.
those guys too.
That
I
was
was already
good.
listening to both those bands.
Casket
before we played the
Robbery.
show. Casket Robbery, Knights of Malice. Shout out them too.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, it's you're in like that super fun stage at the beginning where you're still getting to know everybody and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of still feel like I'm in that stage myself.
Sometimes.
What's I tell you, one of the funny things is like I get a lot of like friend requests now on social media, and it's like people that like the name or the face I'll recognize. It's usually one or the other, but I can't like who is this person? Like, and it's almost always either a photographer or someone in a band, and I'm like having to go to their page and like what band are you in? Like
Facebook stalk them.
I gotta like Facebook stalk people to find out who they are because I see so many people. But it's fun watching it grow, and what's honestly probably the thing I appreciate most is watching my feed change, and now my feed's full of like just arts and love and the local love and stuff, and I don't really see a lot of political shit or like people bitching about stuff. I just don't see it anymore.
God.
And occasionally you get some people bitching about the scene, but then you end up playing drums outside of a Walmart in East Gastonia.
I would totally do that.
There's a higher road there.
High road, yeah.
You okay, Harold?
As far as like some of the other places around here, like we've wanted to play a few other places, but I think I think something that's holding us back right now is not having a lot of music out, and so that's after May. That's what we're like hitting the books on, like writing a bunch of new music and recording it and putting it out.
I
So
would
that way
love
peop-
for you guys to get an album together.
Yeah, that's what
That'd
we're
be
like
fantastic.
literally working on.
Our
Like,
EP that's going to be out on on May 14th. That we're very excited about that. Atticus Lane from Seneca
Burns.
Burns. Yes,
Yeah.
shout out Atticus. He
Shouty
did
outy.
it, and the quality that he gave us back was just immense. We had done it there at the Milestone. The acoustics in that room.
Oh, it's a
for-
live recording?
Yeah, for recording drums is amazing in that room. An empty Milestone is perfect for recording drums. So we're really excited to actually release that, and really just can't wait for people to hear it. We took some work to get to it, so here we are.
Oh, and just to clarify, it's not live. He just did it in that room because he likes how everything's mic'd with the drums and like the microphone. And stuff like
that is true. Yeah,
And the Milestone Empty is its own little thing.
it is.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a great spot, man. A lot of people try to like put us against each other. I'm like, no, man. I think it's great that
Nah.
that-
we don't exist without the Milestone.
No, that's
so,
Charlotte's equivalent to CBGB.
yeah.
So you can't compare.
That's right. I met you the first time. I was at the Milestone. I'm trying to remember which show, but it was one of the shows that we were at. Just came and talked to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came up there. I think it was like a Tuesday night or something.
You like
It
Tuesday
was. It was the
nights,
Keep Flying show, I think. That's what
it
it
is
was.
in
yeah.
November.
That was
yeah.
a great
Well, it's like the
show.
one
night you had off.
I have off every night, every week, and that don't even happen sometimes. But yeah, I wanted to come up there and see you guys and talk to Buck and stuff, and it was cool. Like I talked to Buck pretty much all night. It was, we're the same type of dude, Like he's doing it up for all the right reasons. Same way with Mick at Ground Zero. We're all doing it for the right reasons. That's why some of these venues you see pop up and then they go away real quick. Either they take one or two of the wrong avenues. Number one is they'll spend a shitload of money booking big name bands, and then you can't sell enough tickets or beer to make that money back, right? People are drinking less alcohol. They just are. Across the board, people are drinking less. The sobriety is like a lifestyle brand now, which is fine. Whatever you need to do to get through the day, do it. Now they're all on Adderall. We can't sell Adderall.
Or smoking weed.
Yeah. So they're spending more money on talent than they can make back, and then they go away. Or the other thing they do is they just do money grab shows, right? They'll do like, instead of like doing what we do, like door deals or buying like honest shows, they'll charge room rental fees and stuff, and then that can only last so long before bands are like, fuck this place, we're not going there anymore. So
Yeah.
It kind of makes you feel like more of an object, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you're just kind of here to fill the space. I mean, as a musician, you're like charging for that type of stuff. I really appreciate what you guys do, like, for us. Like, you guys let us come in here, let us put our vibe on in front of a good amount of people, and, like, you're very, very giving in that aspect, too, and I really appreciate
that's
that.
one of the biggest compliments. One of my favorite compliments is like I've always said, this place was kind of built with the artist in mind. So when we get the feedback that we get from the artist, it makes me feel really good about accomplishing our goals. And I would hope that people are getting treated well at other spots as well. I want to see this thing grow, and I want to see somebody, well, hopefully more than one, but I want to see somebody like rise up and become a national act out of here. I mean, there's a couple bands that are on the cusp, but they're kind of older too,
Yeah.
Filth's pushing it right now.
Filth
Filth's
is
going
killing
crazy.
it right now.
And heavy
Shout out
hitter.
Filth, a heavy hitter. Shout out heavy hitter,
Yeah,
too.
just- Heavy hitter's crazy.
That was a good show. We've actually been on a tear this month. Last night was our 6th show that we've played this month in Winston-Salem, and then we kind of have the cherry on top today. So we're all very, and we all work full time too. I have wives, kids, and all that. So we're exhausted.
Yeah,
and,
no,
he,
for
and
sure.
he has a show that he has to play tomorrow if his other
Commie
band.
House.
Yeah,
Commie House.
so-
That's going to be nuts. I don't know if y'all seen videos of Commie House, but
No, that place just popped up on my radar within the last couple of weeks. Is that in Charlotte?
no, it's in Columbia. It's a house show venue, and it's from the bills I've seen. It looks like strictly hardcore. Like we're playing with Dry Rot from Columbia. If you ever heard of them, and that house just gets insane. Like one of their shows about a few months back, someone knocked out the wall. Like the audience knocked the wall out. Like quite literally, it's insane.
Only thing that I need to know about that venue is I saw some dude shirtless had an empty White Claw box on his head in the mosh pit. That's all I
Yeah,
need to know
that
about that
explains
place.
so
I love it.
College Town, baby.
Love it.
Right?
Yeah, I recently brought in. So have you heard of these High Noon drinks?
Yep, I know behind in the seltzers.
Yeah, it's just like a vodka seltzer. Well, Smirnoff has made their version of that, and I brought some in recently, and I'm very curious to see how that goes because I went to the liquor store to pick it up this week, and we were talking about it because it's made by a liquor company. Like, this is boring. I'm sorry, but
No.
but the liquor laws in North Carolina require that they be sold through the ABC store because they're not brewed in a brewery. They come from distilleries. So as a result, North Carolina makes us as bar owners pay extra taxes on every bottle that we buy, right? And because they come in packs of 8, we have to pay taxes on each individual can,
Wow.
which more than doubles the actual cost of each individual can.
What?
So at the end of the day, we have to charge $9 for something that we should be able to sell for $5. But so I go to pick them up because I want to try this out, see how it works, because that's kind of like the new hot shit right now.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the guys at the liquor store, and they were talking to me about it. And I asked him, I was like, is anybody else selling this stuff? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, who? And he's like, well, the golf course, the country club. I was like, oh, okay. This is a yuppie drink.
Yeah. That's the hot shit.
That's all I know about it.
So if you want a Smirnoff Smash, we have 4 flavors. They're $9 a piece. It'll get you drunk.
I hear you. Yeah. I feel it.
I did not mean to drop a commercial in the middle of an episode.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hey,
Hey.
at least it wasn't liquid death this time.
As long as
We
you
talk
get
about
drunk.
the things we do. What's that?
So just as long as you get drunk.
That's right. Yeah. Boy, oh boy, we had a lady last night got a little too drunk.
Tore up from the floor up.
I mean,
Basically.
I don't mind. I encourage moshing.
Yeah.
But this bitch wasn't moshing. She was like knocking shit over, like
Knocking drinks out people's
knocking
hands.
drinks out of
Wow.
people's hands. Then she got my bartender's face, and she got my security guy's face.
Oh, no.
Ultimately, we had to
my-
make her leave. She's a little much,
In security's face, you know security coming to grab you. That's the moment that you've crossed the line. Like security, they're going to hang out until they don't have to, until they don't need to anymore, until they need to go do
Well,
something.
what's crazy is like they want to debate it. Like you're trying to get them out, and they're like trying to have a conversation about it. It's
I ain't
like,
going nowhere.
what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
You
I'm
hit
like,
that guy in the face.
It's like they
Like-
revert back to being toddlers when they're drunk, and
Yeah.
you have to argue with the freaking toddler.
Yeah.
This is why.
So
And
they
then you
started
still get why. Why?
But why?
Ooh, Mike, can I ask you kind of a question here?
Sure.
As a venue owner, how do you feel about crowd killing, like in the hardcore scene?
I don't. My guys have instructions to get rid of them. If someone's crowd killing, we get them the fuck out.
Heard
Good,
that.
good.
Yeah,
Y'all hear that scene?
like we can all mosh and have a good. You know about Icon Pit Crew, right?
Carolina Pit Crew. Yep.
Icon.
Icon. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm kind of with like the reason it was such an easy I want to say marriage, but what's the right word? Our relationship, collaboration. The reason why we work so well with Icon is because their ethos is very, very similar to mine when it comes to moshing. Like we're all here to have a good time and mosh and let the demons out, so to speak. But do it by care for your
Take care of each other.
take care of each other, take care of your brothers and sisters and
popping
stuff.
out of your head.
And crowd killing, like what do you do? What does that do for anybody?
Makes
don't get
people
it
want to
either.
whoop your ass. Is
Yeah.
What it makes it.
No, there is tasteful crowd killing where say like you're just running into the sides of the pit where you're just kind of jumping in there. But then like for example, I was at a show recently in not Columbia, it was in Greenville. I was seeing Kanashi and this band right here, Cell. Kid straight up like jumped into the crowd, almost spin kicked me in the face, and I had a big old bruise on my arm right here for like 2 weeks. from
Dude,
where
I swear
blocked
to
it.
God,
Like,
if I go to this fucking show I'm going to this summer and somebody jumps in the pit and spin kicks, I'm breaking their fucking leg. Get that. Like, there's no reason for that. Just I mean, moshing is just dancing. It's just hardcore dancing. Like we're trying to have a good time. But I don't know. Have you? I mean, I guess that's why you asked.
It's been a topic that I've been conversating with several musicians about. Some people are like, "Oh, that's some weak stuff, like crowd kill," but I'm also like, "Hey, I come here to enjoy these shows, and look, I love moshing. I'll get in the pit.
Like
9
if you're
times
down there
out of 10.
spinning your arms and shit, that's
Yeah,
okay.
I like to do both.
It's just when you're
I like to
blatantly
enjoy the
attacking
music
people,
and,
like
and mosh.
you're using the mosh pit as an excuse for assault, which is like totally different than what moshing that I grew up was. Like, I went to Warped Tour in Carolina Rebellion with these huge pits of like 1,000 people, and it's like that wasn't a thing then. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now it
Yeah.
just seems like it's gotten a lot more violent.
Well, we do occasionally. He hadn't been here in a while, but this dude shows up.
Oh,
And he goes, wait, no, hold on. No, it gets weirder.
Oh,
He talks
God.
to himself, then he goes to the bathroom, puts on a mask, and then does it. And he hurts people. And I'm like the only person, because I stand there at the green room door, who's seen his face.
Little earrings, by chance?
No.
She watches.
No,
she like,
I watch behind the curtain. I watch the crowd, and I've like seen his face. I'm like, I'm just waiting for him to show back up. That way, I can point him out, and everybody else can see him. But he will. He'll disappear. And he has different masks.
Oh,
I mean, we'll give you a
So
warning,
weird.
right? Like we'll be like, all right, knock it the fuck off, like chill out. But after that, if you keep going, that's when we'll get you out. Yeah. I mean, we've had a guy in here that was crowd killing it, and he grabbed the tit of the girl that was hosting the show. He was immediate. Like we got rid of him just to protect him. Because dudes were about to fuck this guy up.
yeah.
Unfortunately, as a female, that does happen. I spiked somebody's head into a floor at Tremont when I was younger because he came out of the mosh pit and grabbed my boobs.
Oh my god! I'm sorry to deal with that. There's a lot of
No,
male
it's okay.
toxicity in the
Security
scene.
had my back. They were like, "We saw it. Just don't do that again. We're taking him out right now."
I don't understand the behavior. I just don't like I'm pretty generous. I think is the right word when it comes to like being empathetic about other people's situations. But there's just some things I just don't fucking get. Like I don't like why are you grabbing bitches' titties? Like why are you doing that?
I mean, shit happens accidentally sometimes. But if you you're like, oh, if you immediately show remorse for it and don't try to do it again, that's different. But if it's a deliberate, then no.
She said,
Do you hear that? If you just act like it was an accident, it's all good, right?
No.
I'm sorry. I didn't do that.
No, that is not what I said.
A little whoopsie
No, you
daisy.
usually can tell when somebody genuinely didn't mean to because they turn red and they're like,
unless they're actors.
oh shit. Yeah. unless they're a really good fucking actor.
And really good.
And luckily, at a lot of our shows that we play, we really don't deal with that a whole lot, do we? A bunch of people that crowd kill and all that.
Not really.
Our music
we
is a
really don't deal
vibe.
with that.
Yeah, we're more vibey than we are.
Yeah, we really don't deal with that.
So
thank
you
God.
basically you tame the possible.
Nah,
crowd
you
killers,
want to
is that what it
listen
is?
to our music. Like, there's some headbanging in there, but you definitely want to listen. Like,
Let's talk about the music for a minute. Do you have any kind of philosophy with the way you're writing? Or are you just having fun? Do you have a theme that you're kind of going? You said you're about to put this EP out.
Yes,
Was there a deliberate structure to it?
So every lyric that I've written has been about something that I've dealt with. Reaper was about a really dark time where I was like considering killing myself. Rubber Mat's about a time where I felt like I was getting walked over a whole bunch. So it's really just about like personal experience and like how I felt in certain situations and how I can really project that into a form to where it's digestible to someone else and they can understand it too. And maybe if they're going through it, they can understand how I've gotten past it so they can too. Something of that sort. So really the thought process is just trying to connect with people on a deeper emotional level with every word that I say. It's not just like F this, F that, jump up and down. Like I want to really reach out to people. That's like the goal.
So you're writing to kind of connect with people using your connect through experience.
Yeah.
Like when you're writing your riffs and stuff, what do what's in your mind there?
like a lot of Emery and Under Oath and Norma Jean. What I'm trying to do is like take all the stuff that I grew up with that I really, really like listen to a lot, and I'm trying to incorporate it with some of the newer stuff that I'm hearing that I really like, like some of these breakdowns are brutal,
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that the whole time. I don't want to just, be a heavy metal band. So like I took
So
a
you're
lot
trying
of,
to work melodies in there and stuff.
Exactly. But I don't want to be like, there's some post-hardcore bands, there's some like melodic bands that are just melodic, I want to like, it's kind of hard to put us in a genre right now, because
Well, I
we
call
got
you a metal band.
5 different songs that kind of all sound different, so like, I really want to have melodic music that still like bites your head off,
Still heavy. Right? You got a philosophy on how you write?
Growing up, since I was like 12 years old, I've always listened to Under Oath and Aaron Gillespie, which also does the Almost. I just love the way his style is and the way he plays, and he's just all over the kit. He uses like a small kit. He doesn't have a bunch of rack toms. I like to keep it simple with expensive crashes and just a floor tom, and just try to vibe it out and just, kill it.
Yeah? What about you?
So for me, I probably, out of everyone in this band, have probably the oddest taste in music. A lot of what I came up on was a lot of Pantera, a lot of stuff like Kiss. My dad was a huge Kiss fan. I'm a massive Dimebag Darrell fan. Also a lot of Metallica stuff in that range. So a lot of the stuff that I write, kind of put it on with a little twist in there. Whenever I came into the band, there was no bass parts really written. The last bass player that they had, a good friend of ours, Paul, wasn't it?
Paul, yeah.
Paul, yeah. He was just kind of helping out. So whenever I came in, there was no bass parts written. So I kind of had to learn the guitar and then had to learn what the drums were doing. I had to kind of figure out around that. So my philosophy as a bass player, and playing bass and guitar, it's you have two different beasts, really.
Yeah, well,
it really is.
With bass, you have to decide: are you going to be, do you want to be the rhythm section, or do you want to stand out?
Exactly, and I really wanted to try to find a good medium where I sit, in that groove, and I mainly aim for just trying to keep a good rhythm going, and. For me, of course, I like a really chunky bass tone, kind of like Fieldy from Korn.
Korn.
Yeah, that real crunchy bass tone. I really like throwing that in there.
Nice.
And it just adds that chunk to it.
Yeah, well, it sounds great live. I'm looking forward to hearing it recorded and adding it to our playlists and stuff.
Atticus did a really good job.
Shout out Atticus.
Yeah, one thing really I do want to say about Atticus was whenever we had talked to him and tried to what we were trying to go for, what we were conveying, and he hit the nail on the head there. I mean, he really...
He listened to you?
He very good. He very well listened to us and was able to... I told him exactly what I was going for with the bass, and I don't even remember what... We just DI'd in. I don't even remember what program we used. I just told him what I was going for, and he was like, I got you. Played something. How does that sound? I love it. And we just went with it. And it came out. Didn't need to overcomplicate it or nothing.
Yeah, another thing too that I liked about working with him was he was super open to suggestions. He would send us the first mix and we didn't like something. He was like, hey, we want to do that. He didn't give any guff. He was like, yeah, I got you. Change it right then and there that day. And
did he give any input that helped you make a song better? Or
he did.
Yeah?
He did. Yes.
He did a few things, you know what I mean? I did a few bends on certain parts and stuff and he made them stand out without me asking for it. So that was appreciate that.
He knows what to accentuate and what not to. Like what Blake said, the bends, he really knows when to, because that's a part of the song that really that you need to hear. And he really made sure that, you know what I mean, that you could actually
He's got a
hear
great
it.
eye and ear, man.
He does.
I've had a handful of interactions with Atticus. Biggest one being he kind of ran the indoor stage for Brewstock last year. And I was just so impressed with this kid. I didn't even know that he was in Seneca Burns at the time. I've seen him pop up at shows and I've seen him at shows. And it was at Brewstock last year. People were like, well, that's Atticus from Seneca Burns. I was like, oh shit. And he's over there and he's just working his ass off to make sure that the show goes well. He's putting out fires, and I was just really impressed with the kid. And then since then, I've had several interactions and I'm like, this guy is protect this guy, you know what I mean? He's
going in.
Yeah, we need him in this scene. You know what I'm saying? I could see Seneca becoming a national, because of Atticus and his attitude and his skill level. And yeah, I mean, we're giving Atticus a lot of love, and he fucking deserves it, man.
He does. He really does.
I didn't get to meet him last year at Brewstock because I was doing the market.
She's like, speak for yourself.
But well, hold on a minute. It was a few months ago. He popped up. I think it was for an Encre show. Mm-hmm. And he was out back. He started coming to green room, and my rules. No. And he goes, but I was like, I don't care, and it didn't click. The name, it just didn't click. And then he goes, he takes a minute, he steps back. I'm Atticus. And I was like, oh, okay. But you still can't come back here.
Yeah, just I mean, like I said, just like with you guys, just the attitudes, that's how we elevate the scene. If you go back to like our mission statement and what we're trying to do here, before I ever got this place open, my goal was to kind of elevate and put a spotlight on the local scene. And it's taking longer than I would like it, but that's the fun, right? That's the fun part. Like you don't just get to snap your fingers and be successful. That's not how it works. That's the old adage, it only takes about 10 years to become an overnight success, right?
Right. And about 10 more extra years of practicing and honing your craft and learning your instrument. So, practically your whole life.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say next was like people don't appreciate the amount of work and practice that goes into creating music that you guys make. And, so many people, it goes back to earlier in the conversation about the different types of personalities and different types of people there are. Most people just don't appreciate what goes into making art and making music, and for that reason, that's why they're willing to spend so much more money to go to a big show at a big venue and overpay for everything, because it's so easy to just turn on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're here, is to kind of shine a light on this scene, because there are bands that have played our stage that I think are good enough to go tour the world.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands that we see have at least one hit song that if it got in front of everybody, people would respond to it. Do you have one in mind that's like if you were asked by a record exec, what's your hit song? What's the one you'd want to feature?
It's our new song. We just wrote it. It's not recorded yet. It's called What You Want. It's about my ex-girlfriend.
So we'll hear that
I'm on
here
vocals
on Tuesday the 14th?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'll hear.
Oh,
We're trying to get it recorded because we got something really, really big coming. So we're going to try to see if we can sneak it in and get it recorded and mastered the next month. But it's pushing it. We're going to see, but fingers crossed on it.
I love how y'all all agreed that was okay.
I got a
That's-
guitar
you know what
solo in
that
it.
I'm
is?
on
That's
vocals.
Yeah, because I
That's
watched.
great.
I looked at every single one of them, and they're all like, "Yeah, that's it."
I'm on vocals for this song, so I put my guitar down.
I made him. I was like, I can't play this and sing it down. You need to go over here and start singing this.
So, here moving on out, we're going to be doing a lot more switch ups and a lot
Musical
more
chairs.
changes. He
Well,
hops
that's
on
fun.
guitar, he'll hop on bass. I'm moving the vocals a little bit more here now, just strictly screaming.
We're just going to throw our instruments at each other across the stage in the middle of the song.
Those are the shows I like, when all of a sudden the band just throws you for a loop and they all switch playing stuff, and you're like, okay. So it's not just you play bass, you play guitar, you play vocals. These motherfuckers are multi-talented.
Yeah, versatility, man. That's fucking awesome.
Like
Yeah.
last night, I played drums for this band, Ugly Poets, that was playing with us last night. And I learned the songs in like 5 hours. They hit us up yesterday morning, was like, can you learn our set? And I'm a drummer. Like growing up, I played drums my whole life. So like I was like, yeah, send me the music. And I listened to it all the way to Winston-Salem. I got there, ran the set with them one time, and then we played the show.
And let me get credit where credit is due on that. There was times where I forgot Blake was playing, and I was like looking for him, and it just sounded like he was a part of the band. I had never played with these guys before. It was very good. It was excellent.
Never even heard the music.
Yeah, we had Ugly Poets booked for a show, but they ended up having to drop out, I think, due to like a lineup.
Their drummer.
Yeah, drummer or something like that, yeah.
I'd like to see them. I've heard good things about them.
They're
great.
solid.
They
Yeah.
are
That's what I'm
great.
saying.
I could
They
set
were
it up.
They're solid.
And they're not afraid to spend money on equipment either. They got some very nice equipment.
They got some
Yeah, they
nice
run- they got
equipment.
some-
We know who
Nice
the gearhead in the band is.
They're running a Mark bass. There's 2 Dart Terrors and then 2 112 Orange Cabs.
Yeah. And they have a whole IEM system. So, and you know how much in-ears are. So,
That's our
Yeah.
next purchase is
Yeah.
IEMs.
yeah, my wallet's already hurting thinking about it.
Well, hey, look, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds with this, but like I hope that you guys are treating the band like a business, that you've set up an account, incorporated the band, and whatever money you're able to bring in, keep it so that you can use it for stuff like that. Get some. Do you have merch?
We got
Oh
tons of
yeah,
merch.
we
Yeah,
got tons
yeah.
of merch.
Yeah, take that merch money, put it away, use it to buy more merch and help out with gear, and keep building. Because I would love to see you guys start hitting the road. Take a tour here or there. Like Forever May Fall. Like I'll never forget that conversation about touring. They have a
Yeah.
big. They're all. they all work full time, have families and stuff, and they save their vacation time at work and use it so that they can go on tours, PTO days. So think about that going forward. Get up. I will say, like Philadelphia area seems to have a really vibrant scene right now with hardcore. That's how you get noticed. That's how you build a fan base, and then you get your streams up, and we'll see what. Excuse me. Hopefully, it can snowball from there. But I want to see you guys keep building, man. You're like I said, you being your persistence. Bringing Christian in was a great idea. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on nobody, but you're a great performer, man.
Thank you.
And you guys sound wonderful live.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so get on the road.
That's something that we would really like to do in the future is get on a tour.
We play in Birmingham in May. That'll be the farthest out we've gone so far. We're playing LCY.
Birmingham,
Bands are playing
Alabama.
A lot of bands are playing
LCY,
Alabama.
man. LCY is making it wild out there, man.
LCY.
Yeah, launch your youth.
Okay, is that a promoter or a venue?
So
or?
it's wild. There are a lot of different things. They're technically a music production studio and a place to shoot videos, but they're also big enough to be a venue. So what they've been doing is they've just been building their brand on a national scale to where people are coming from all over. Like Cell came from Colorado to come shoot a video there. We're coming from North Carolina. Like people are coming from all over just to this like warehouse, and then they're filming these videos. They're getting hundreds of thousands of views, and then they're putting on shows at the venue as well to also just kind of help promote that Birmingham scene. So it's really, really cool.
So we got a show in Birmingham, Alabama.
I think the guy, his name is Timmy, the guy that runs it, and what he's doing out there in Birmingham is really good for the scene.
It's been showing up all over my For You feed.
Awesome. I'll check that out. That sounds like something I should be paying attention to.
Yeah. I didn't even know Birmingham
I can't wait, man. It's actually like a all black and white uncut video, one take. Like it's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait to see that.
Wow.
Have you thought about what you're gonna wear because it's black and white?
Yeah,
Black and white.
I was thinking we always wear black or something.
Yeah,
like that.
black and
Probably a
white.
good
I
bet.
think
that's a metal scene for you right there.
Sorry, I think you need to go the exact opposite. I think you all need to get like some white slacks and white button-up shirts and like do the whole like
We're a whole 3-piece.
do the whole boy band look, white.
Blood splatter it though.
Blood splattered boy band. I like that. I like that.
I'm just saying it'll be a good aesthetic, black and white.
I think it would be interesting to see.
It would be cool.
Wait, to see like a metal band dressed like the old school like '90s boy bands. That'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
we might get
That's an
We
idea
might get
right
polka
there.
dot
Do a
suits.
fucking boy band tribute, but make them all metal songs.
We all dress like the
I could do that
Backstreet
for
Boys.
sure.
Yes.
The Backstreet Boys did have.
Christian would be the one to do that.
All right. So what's your guilty pleasure? Like one boy band song that you really fucking love. Like you don't want to admit
You
it.
know you got one. It's
Everyone's
okay.
got one. Everyone has one.
I'll tell you this. My guilty pleasure is Kesha. I love Kesha.
Kesha?
Like since high school. Like I know every word of TikTok. Like the album Animals was fantastic in my opinion. I love
Okay,
Kesha.
but-
Going
Look at
singing
him.
along with. But she
Look at his
might
face when he
put
says
the
that.
But
bottom
Kesha's not
jack.
boy band. I want to know what boy band
Boy
song.
band, not Kesha.
Yeah,
Boy
Kesha's
band.
great. I want to know what boy band song that you secretly love.
Whenever I was, me and my sibling, whenever we was real young, we used to listen to the Backstreet Boys back a lot. That was just,
Which song are you
But
singing
which
along
song?
to?
But
Which
which
one are you
song?
singing
Which
to?
is your favorite? Because you know you had one.
oh man,
Devin's definitely a 98 degrees type of guy, I feel it.
at 98.
Yeah.
You're not getting out of here without answers. Every single one. I know you have one.
Let's see, dude.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the name of that song. It's a One Direction song.
Sing
it's
it.
Like,
Oh Jesus, One Direction. I forget how young they are sometimes.
Her mother doesn't like that kind of dress. That song is some heater. That's a heater.
No, I actually do kind of,
The name of that song.
Harry,
That's it.
Harry Styles, I actually kind of do low key like a lot of his that one song Kiwi, I think it is. That's actually that song actually goes pretty damn hard, especially live. I'm not gonna lie, that song fucks live. It does.
You're a Harry Styles fan. You still didn't answer what your favorite Backstreet Boy song was.
I want it that way.
I want it that way. Yeah, probably. Just
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
go
gonna have
simple.
to agree with that.
Gonna have to
Only
go real
because I
simple.
don't really listen to the boy bands, I guess.
I guess I'd have to probably say like Trapped.
He said you
Maybe I don't know.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Okay, so just for the record, do you actually know who Trapped is by chance?
Yeah,
though.
I listen to him a little bit.
That's actually the best answer.
That threw me for a loop. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting that.
He's like Cannibal Corpse is definitely my favorite boy band.
I don't imagine seeing them doing any of these moves.
Yeah, Corpse Grinder. He's just up there, has the helicopter hair going on, and it was just up there doing some dance moves with it too, doing the moonwalk while headbanging. Looks like it's about to take
That would
off.
rip.
In
would be
Brent's head,
interesting.
he was like here and trapped, and he was like, "Yeah, this is perfect."
That's a boy band. That's a boy band.
He's like, I got
Close my eyes. He's like, "Yeah, that's it. That's it."
That's Greg Shreddy for you.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. See,
goodness.
we've got so many ideas from the show. I'm telling you, we need to put it together. If I could sing, I'd do it. I'd totally get up and do boy band music.
I
Dude.
would so go see like a band that did metal that they just covered the Backstreet Boys. Call them Bloodstreet
What?
Boys or something like that.
Breakdown Boys.
Or Breakdown Boys.
Breakdown Boys.
I'm really good at
He's
stuff
thought
like that.
about this.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be great.
he really wants to do a Kesha band though.
That's really what it is, man.
Or what
Call it
if
Thrasher.
we
I mean,
did?
you could cover
my
a
God.
Kesha song
Why
and
not?
add it to your set.
They
Why
won't
wouldn't
let me. I've tried. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, why
I
not?
wish.
That's-
No, we are in the works on Never Gonna Give You Up cover, metal cover.
Yeah.
we are. On
You
the
gonna
works
start
on that.
rickrolling your audiences?
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. I feel commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Dude, I was
Yes!
thinking about that. Like, this is the heaviest song we've
Wait.
ever written.
We already have
That
the
is a
guitars.
power move. That is a power move when you
I've already hit the lick
rickroll
down,
a
too.
full
It's
fucking
nice.
venue.
I love this idea. God,
We
get it
already
figured
got the
out
good-
before the 30th, guys.
God, yes.
I want to see
I
that.
rickroll my kid on purpose all the time.
You saw that Rick rolled an entire city with a QR code?
Yes.
That was wild.
So the guitars and everything's already figured out. It just
Yep.
needs to be practiced a lot more.
Okay.
I need to learn the lyrics
Like
too,
Michael
to all of
said,
it, like, fully.
this really needs to happen by the 30th.
All right, guys, we're going to start running it now.
You'll have to show up to see.
That's right. Show
Yeah.
up. Come here Tuesday, May 14th, and see Nosey Neighbor with Momophobia, Once Below Joy, and Alpha Strain for Christian's birthday. What do you want for your birthday?
He's gonna be
I
12.
want people to come to my show and
There it
listen to my
is.
music. That's all I want for my birthday. I don't want any gifts. I just want people to see my craft. That's really it.
And if you can't make it on Tuesday the 14th, come on Thursday the 30th and see them with Lamps Required, Digital Dolls, and Leaving Echoes. Guys, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for having us, man.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you,
has been so
bro.
much fun, man. I really enjoy your company, enjoy your music. Just keep doing it and just get the fuck out of the Charlotte scene and put some tours together. Because, you guys, there's a lot of potential, man. There's a lot of potential here. You can take it as far as you want to, how hard you want to work.
Thank you.
Thank you for that,
And,
man. I
uh,
appreciate it. And
one
you're making all
thing,
that possible, too,
if you
man.
come out and to the Rooster, make sure you get a nice cold drink and tip the bartender.
Always tip the
I love this
bartenders.
man.
Tip 50%, y'all.
Man, a
Actually,
few
100%.
words, but when he says
Yeah.
them,
He's like, crap.
His words carry weight, son.
That's going on the Facebook today.
Awesome. All right, come check us out. Peace and love. We're out.
Much love, y'all. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.